Hey, everyone, with this one right here, we got 3x3, Drilla, I don't know, and you got the whole AFGs. You got the AFGs, and you got the main one coming into it. You got 3x3s, you got the 3x3s coming into it, and with the whole thing, coming into it, like, I'm already knowing how the whole thing is gonna come in, because they got another, stainless thing coming into it, especially with their third parts and their little channels things coming into it. And then you got the AFGs, and you got the whole standbys, like you got the standbys coming into it, especially with this whole thing coming into it, with them, especially with the drillers and them just having their whole like poolish coming to it. They got a poolish thing, but you got the AFGs, like that's kind of crazy too, because that's another thing. You got the main ones coming into it, like with the just the and stresses. So you got the main ones coming into it, especially with by 3x3 and the drillers, cause they got they standbys, like they got the standbys on point, like how they just gon' coasted it and all this other stuff. But you got the don't know, and you got what this main the AFGs. So you gotta just rash this.
I Tweako mix this, It sounds cold.
I don't know why they snitch to the pole. I don't know why they chat on votes. You check the scoreboard, see we shoved up loads. Hold on, bro, let me load this pole. Yeah, all of my boys are smoke. So whole shit, just stay in your section. You don't wanna mention, so stay in your home. Stay in your home, cause you know you're pussy. Fucking nookie. Niggas don't talk real life, but off camera, crunch man like cookie. I don't know this pole. Yeah, all of my boys are smoke. So whole shit, just stay in your section. You don't wanna mention, so stay in your home. Stay in your home, cause you know you're pussy. Fucking nookie. Niggas don't talk real life, but off camera, crunch man like cookie. I don't know why they talking whack talk. Everyone know that the 9 is slap it. Keep on snapping, catch.
Ooh, everyone know that the 9 was everybody know that the 9 was slapping, and he said, they some nookies, they some, with the whole thing, like they just new to everything they do. So it's like you might as well just stay in that little part. Like, hey, some rookies doing their whole little thing. Like he said, like he putting the whole thing into it. Like he said, how you just put it in everything else, like, coals and souls. And he said the 9 makes, that 9 will do its work. Like it will put the potions and all this other stuff. Like he said, it will slap it, it will, junks it.
Man lacking, no getaway balls, get to the cracking. G-Wing stepping, had no weapon, swung my fist like I play like Tekken. Where's your brethren? Let me not mention, cause the feds say they were trying to cause tension. Yo, she slipped it, can't take this dick, just get separated like Brexit. Think that we ain't that common, then test it. 9mm gonna have to get tested. I'm just trying to.
We said, think we ain't in common, then come test it. Hey, in common, like, how, he said what they in common, like, how they think, it's a joke or something, it's in common, and then it's like, then you come in and see the whole realist thing, like you see the testments, you see all this other stuff, like it's like coming from another, this and that, like they say karma and all this other, strategies.
I fuck you and your best friend. I'm just trying to get my man, I'm wetting. No, me when I pull up with a loot, they know that smoky setting. Chef that left that blood on the pavement. Man's AMG road, bro, we say. He try one of and leave his friend, but bro, grip that show, didn't even play. Huh? Play. Who's that you, man? What's he saying? He don't wanna see man just go insane. He don't wanna see switch like Super Saiyan. Cool Rose Dominic, no, we ain't stopping it. This street track, I forget some dropping it. Don't mind man with bro, why smiling? Fucking on Mackie, these is loving it. Mom, she said that my lifestyle ruthless. Corny your mouth, gonna leave you toothless. Bombastics go on top of your face. Why? If you think you wanna fuck with a union. This is more than music. Pull up the raps at yards and abuse it. Yeah, we do this, don't try to fuse it. If you see gang, the best.
Oh, trying to lose it. We to lose it. Hey, we might just lose it. He said this is more than music. We really do this. We really do this stuff, and it's an abusement. Like people do it, like they abuse it too. Sometimes they use it and they abuse it. Like they use they use all this stuff, and then it comes into entitlements. Like it's like entitlements coming to it, and then all this other stuff coming to it, like the drill culture and all this, and then it comes to a time and place where it's like, then they abuse it, like he said, coming to another thing. But don't get it wrong, some stuff is not actually, done what it's actually done. It's just music after, drones and all this other stuff. So it's like, don't really take it for a nonsense thing, because a lot of people, take it, all kinds of ways. So I'm not saying, this and that. I'm not saying, the bolts and clicks and it. So it's like, you really got to look at it, and, it's just incitements only. It's what it is. They just do it for tournaments only, like purposes only, and all these other things. But you know how they say, don't it abuse it, don't it exclusively, like just that whole just frisk just.
Keep moving. I don't know why they snitch to the pole. I don't know why they chat on votes. You check the scoreboard, see me shoved up low. Hold on, bro, let me load this pole. Yeah, all of my boys are smoke. So all shit just stay in your set. She don't wanna mention, so stay in your home. I don't know why they snitch to the pole. I don't know why they chat on votes. You check the scoreboard, see me shoved up low. Hold on, bro, let me load this pole. Yeah, all of my boys are smoke. So all shit just stay in your set. She don't wanna mention, so stay in your home.
Hey, whoosh, that one was right there. That was a whooshy one right there. But you got Pac-Man TV and everything else like coming into it. You got I Don't Know with Drilla 3x3. So you got the main ones just coming into it, especially with this whole thing. Like, shout out to Pac-Man TV, because they didn't did the whole thing. They did a turnaround to another one and the whole thing. And then you got 3x3 with Drilla. So you got the whole thing just really coming into the thing, like he said. He's putting that main thing into it, like the karma and the ambitions. Like, you got those things coming into it, like with those main things coming into it and everything else. But shout out to Pac-Man TV, doing that whole thing and everything else, like the way they just abortions, what they had their whole stuff coming into it and everything else, especially with their whole thing coming into it, and they're just just. But they had it going in different things, like different schedules and all these other things. But most definitely go check this out for you guys. So, like, comment, and with this just rash risk